What's up, guys? This is Bobby at East Carolina Crash Edge Jeep in Greenville, North Carolina. Today, wanted to try to demystify some of the options on the Grand Cherokee. Sometimes people will ask me, man, what's the difference? You got the Laredo, the Limited, the Overland, the Summit. There's so many different options in between those. Like you got the Altitude, you've got the Luxury Group package. There's just so many different ways to get your Grand Cherokee. I'm gonna just kind of give a simplified version of the breakdown between some of these trim levels and even show you some of those in-between packages. Got them kind of lined up here. So I'll start with the entry level, which is the Laredo. Now it is worth mentioning entry level in a Grand Cherokee is kind of a misnomer. These come standard with passive entry, LED headlamps, your safety features like your blind spot monitoring, your forward collision warning. You can see power seats here. You do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. So this 8.4 inch screen is how they start as far as screen size, and that's what you get in the Laredo and also in the Altitude. Now in the Altitude, you've got, instead of this cloth interior, you have a leather with suede option, and you do get a little bit extra features as far as remote start, power lift gate, and you get sort of bonuses like in the back here. You get an inverter where you have a 110 volt plug, and just little things that make a difference. But the Laredo, super nicely equipped to be basically where these start. Now, as far as the next package up, not the Altitude, but the next trim level, because the Altitude is a basically sub trim of the Laredo. This is the Limited. So the Limited is the first trim level to give you leather seats. You also have an upgraded wheel. This is the standard 18-inch wheel. They do have a 20-inch upgrade. You also have fog lamps, which is an easy way to kind of look at the grill and tell whether you're looking at a Laredo or a Limited, because in the Limited they have the black appearance group, which from the outside can look like an Altitude. And if this is getting confusing for you already, basically the easy way to remember it is Laredo, cloth interior, Limited, leather. And then you have the next level, Overland, which is over and beyond. You get a sunroof standard in the Overland. This is an L model, so you can see the bucket seats. You do have the option for the bench seat, but we pretty much order all these with the bucket seats. That's what we tend to see people preferring. But in the Limited, you do get the 10.1 inch display with navigation. So nav is built in. You get heated seats, heated steering wheel, remote start, a lot of the luxury features that you expect, like your memory setting seats, where you can set driver 1 and driver 2. You also have power seats on the passenger side. The Limiteds come standard with your remote start and your power lift gate. And overall, the Limited is our most popular trim level. You get a lot of equipment for in that sub $50,000 range to mid $50,000 range, because there are different packages, and that's what this model is a Limited, but with the Luxury Tech Group 2. So the Luxury Tech Group 2, you get your perforated seats. So you can see that's a little bit different than the seat we just looked at. And with the perforated seats, you get the cooled seat option. So that's a really nice bonus. In the summertime, you can actually do the remote start, and you can set it in the settings to do what's called auto comfort on, and it will have that cooled seat turned on if it's over 80 degrees outside for the driver's side. Same thing with your heated seats. If it's less than 40 degrees, it'll turn on the heated seat and steering wheel. Now there's your inverter right there. So in the Limited, you do get that. They say the package between the Laredo and the Limited is the altitude, and that's where you get your inverter in the back, heated seats, and heated steering wheel, power lift gate. So the altitude's a good in-between package, but this one being the luxury tech group, the other really nice thing that it comes with, and you can kind of see right here, you've got your 360 camera. So the luxury tech group 2 basically gets this very close to being an Overland. So just to kind of start back where we started, as a recap, you've got your Laredo, which is where it starts. You've got the option for the altitude, which gives you remote start, power lift gate, heated seats with leather, with a suede trim, but no fog lamps. When you get into the Limited, you get leather, heated seats, you get remote start, power lift gate, power seats on both sides, fog lamps, basically a very well equipped Jeep, and it does have the additional package that you can get, which is what you see on this one, which is the luxury tech group. And this one's also got a sunroof, so it's actually very close to being an Overland. So what's the difference between something like this and an Overland? Basically, the Limited does not come available with your upgraded four-wheel drive system, which is what they call the Quadra-Track 2. So if you want to flat tow a vehicle, for instance, this is the only one that can do it. This is an Overland. You can usually tell it's an Overland just at first glance with these chrome tow hooks. You can see you've got more of a projection style fog lamp rather than the elongated style, and you get the upgraded 20-inch wheel standard. There's a lot of additional packages, and this is basically an upgraded Overland, but this would be how it would look if you got even just an entry-level Overland. So the Overland comes with all the things like you'd expect: the remote start, power lift gate, your leather interior, but with heated and cooled seats. You're going to have the option for the 360 camera with the luxury tech group 4. So it doesn't necessarily always come with 360 camera, but you can see above here it comes standard with your dual pane panoramic sunroof. You have things like your power shift column. This one's got the massage seat option, so you can hit that button and turn on the massage seat that comes with that luxury tech group 4. You've also got a little bit more adjustments in terms of your seat with that package. So you can adjust these seats out and adjust your thigh length, as well as your different lumbar support systems with the extra buttons here that you wouldn't get on a Limited. Now the Overland comes standard with your Alpine system, but is upgradable to the Macintosh sound system. A lot of upgrades, and it's crazy to think that the Overland is not even the top trim level. They do make a Summit as well, but the Summit, just don't have any of them right now. They would have all the things that you see on this Overland standard, with the couple extras that are available, like night vision. And you have the reserve package where you can get 21-inch wheels on that Summit. But the Overland upgraded four-wheel drive system, you do have air suspension, which is standard. The air suspension is something that can allow for load leveling if you plan to tow, which this does come standard with the tow package. You also have a little bit nicer ride quality with that air suspension. So the Overland is essentially the really nicely equipped one without getting to the very tip top, which is the Summit. And essentially the Summit is a lot of the extras that you can get on the Overland package as a standard equipment in that particular trim level. So if you drive these all, they do feel a little bit different, but they share the same chassis, the same engine and transmission options, and they have different wheel packages, so the little things can make a minor difference to your ride quality, but they all ride extremely nice. And the Grand Cherokee is our most popular SUV, really our most popular vehicle that we have on the lot. It is worth mentioning that right now we have select VIN savings on certain vehicles. You might be able to see the sign here, but limited time bonus, got an additional $2,500. That's in addition to the standard rebates and discounts, which already saved you about 6 or 7 grand. And definitely something, if you haven't driven the Grand Cherokees, they, from the previous generation, made some vast improvements, especially in the technology side. They have a superior ride quality because they now mount the engine on the axle rather than on the frame. Have noise cancellation technology, acoustic glass for your driver and passenger side glass. Just all around what I would consider a luxury Jeep. So it's one of those vehicles that I don't usually have a tough time selling. If somebody's coming and interested in them, the Jeep ultimately ends up selling itself. But if all of this didn't necessarily click for you, you have questions about the trim levels, be glad to help you out. I am one of the Jeep experts here, and I know it can be a little overwhelming hearing all these different trim levels and trying to figure out what package has what you really need, and that's what kind of keeps me in a job selling these things. So if you are interested in the Grand Cherokee, please let me know. Again, it's Bobby at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville, North Carolina. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.